Welcome to the Pawsome Companion, where pets are part of our family. I'm your host, Johanna Herrera, the founder of Coco and Bondi. I'm very excited to interview experts and pet owners to share their stories and insights so you can use them to take care of your babies.
When something is off, you feel it too. This is Georgia. She loves walks, beach runs and chasing the neighbour's sprinkler. But lately her limp got worse. Slower mornings, less tail wagging and no zoomies. Her humans tried everything. Then they found Rosehip Vital Canine, a natural anti-inflammatory backed by science. Just weeks later, Georgia was back on her feet. More comfort, more freedom and more of the dog they love. Because when your best mate's in pain, you'll do what it takes. Rosehip Vital. For joints, for life, for love. Visit rosehipvital.com.au to find out.
Hello, Justin. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Very well. So today at the Pawsome Companion, we are excited to welcome Justin from Rosehip Vital, a leading natural supplement brand trusted by thousands of pet owners across Australia. Known for its powerful anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties, Rosehip Vital has become a go-to for pets experiencing joint pain, arthritis, and overall well-being challenges. In this episode, we will dive into science behind the natural supplement, which support healthy age in pets and why so many dogs are living their best lives. Thanks to a little orange berry. Justin's, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. I think you hit the nail on the head. Rosehip Vital is definitely helping people, dogs and other animals live their very best life, which is very satisfying.
So Justin, tell me a little bit about Rosehip Vital, what it does. What is that? What sort of supplement is that for pets?
It's a great question. It does a lot of things. But I think I'll try and narrow it down. We're talking about this product here, comes in different sizes, in loose powder. I have one open here, so maybe I can show you the color of the powder. It's this bright orange powder. It's got rosehip powder in it and nothing else. One single ingredient, which is the ground rosehip berry. But it's not just any rosehip berry. It's a particular species of berry that grow on the Rosa canina plant. And these ones are grown in Denmark and in Scandinavia, and they're manufactured in Denmark with some special processes, some patented extraction and patented drying processes, which do a few things. The most important thing that they do is isolate and activate a particular galactolipid, which we call GOPO, which has been the subject of numerous scientific studies for inflammation and for antioxidative effect. So you have these processes which produce a powerful anti-inflammatory powder. Now, it's important to mention that rosehips are one of nature's richest sources of natural vitamin C. And vitamin C, as many people know, is heat sensitive. So we also end up with the product which is rich in natural vitamin C thanks to our very gentle drying process. Now, rosehips are a superfood. They're a whole food. They have a wide range of constituents, trace elements, minerals, vitamins that deliver traditional health benefits. Our rosehip powder is a much more powerful anti-inflammatory than any other product in the rosehip category because of those processes. It's also a powerful antioxidant and it's a rich source of natural vitamin C. So getting to your question, what does it do? How does it help? It's boosting immunity. It's reducing inflammation.
Okay.
So what that covers at the moment is very broad, we focus primarily on joint pain.
Okay.
That seems to be the number one primary use that relates back to the research. However, we also see fantastic results for skin conditions and other allergies. For any sort of immune-mediated condition, we're more often than not hearing back from customers with very surprising and amazed results when other products that they've tried have not made much difference at all.
I want to go back a little bit, Justin. I want to understand a little bit more about the business. When do you guys started the business and why?
Yeah, good. I'm glad you asked.
Product.
I'm glad you asked. It's my mother and my father, Maureen and Colin, in 2008. Wow, that's a while ago. In 2008, they were feeding the homeless in Sydney on a weeknight as one of the things that they like to do to give back to the communities. And they were feeding the homeless with this organisation. And there was a Danish couple that were also volunteering their time. They developed a relationship with my parents, and eventually it didn't take too long before they started discussing business and challenges, and they needed some help with their business. My dad was looking for a business opportunity for his cousin, and the next thing they got involved, and it didn't take more than, I think it was about 12 months before my parents bought the old owners out of the business, and then soon after my brother joined, and then I joined a little while later to really focus on the animal side of the business. So I'm glad you asked, because I like telling that story of how we began from giving and from caring, and that's really what we are all about. You know, why we are here. We are here to help people live better quality of life through the reduction of pain. And we do that for people, and we do that for dogs, is of course what we're talking about, and also for horses. But there really doesn't seem to be any animal species that doesn't respond well to the rose hip so far.
Yeah, so I know that your parents bought this business. So how old this business was before they acquired the business?
Oh, look, it was around for a few years, but very small, not really making any notice, not really being available anywhere. They were bringing in a carton of product and selling it to friends and family, and trying to grow the business. So I really think it was 2011 when things really picked up for us, when we had some great PR coverage on mainstream TV about the human product. The canine product was launched in 2012, following a very exhausting process with the APVMA regulatory authority. And then we released the equine product the following year. So that's, I guess, the history. The dog brand, I guess we could say, was born in 2012, when we started with nothing other than the reputation of the human product, which had been available for a number of years already in Australian pharmacy before we started selling it for animals.
Yeah, so that's another question that I got for you. So I know that Hip Vital is a product that can be consumed by animals, but also for humans and like pets, horses. So what is is there any difference in the product? And also, if not, is there any different dose that humans should take comparing with animals?
Yeah. So first part of your question, the answer is no. The powder inside these capsules is exactly the same as the powder in this container.
Okay.
All of the animal species use the exact same ingredient with no variation. No flavors are necessary for dogs or horses or people. Sorry?
What about humans? Humans can consume.
Same.
Okay. Wow.
So we do our best to let our customers know that you can be more economical if you share with your dog or if you're with your horse. Capsules are definitely the most popular version for people to take. It's more convenient. But yes, we're proud of the fact that it's the same product. it helps people sometimes, if they want to feed their dog first, see what their dog says. What does their dog say about it? Are they showing obvious signs that they are helping, that it's helping, that they're happy? Are they jumping back on the bed? Are they stopped scratching? Are they more energetic? And then they start to think, maybe I should try that for myself. And sometimes it's the other way around. People try it for themselves before they feed it to their dogs. But generally speaking, people look after their pets better than they look after themselves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's interesting to know because I will say if it's healthy for me, it will be healthy for my dog. Is the way I will see it. So I won't feel scared of probably giving that to my pet if I can consume it as well. So is there any explanation in the package of how much I can consume as human and how much a dog or a horse can consume? Or
So
you explain that?
the second part of your question was around what is the difference? Is there a difference in dosage? And that's really the main reason why we do have the different packs for horses, for dogs, and for people, because the research, the dosage on each pack for each species is based on the research that was performed. So, yes, there is a different dosage instruction. We try very hard not to confuse people. So we keep the dog dosage on the dog container and the human dosage on the human container, but it's all very easy available now. Probably some of the most common questions our customer service team get are about sharing. Can I share with my dog? Can my dog have my capsules? How many capsules do I need to give my dog? How many scoops do I need to take? So for dogs, the dosage is based on weight. Dogs can be 2 or 3 kilos or 80 kilos. So we have to have a dosage range, which is pretty standard, 0 to 15 kilos for small dogs, 15 to 30, and then large dogs above 30 kilos. We have a one-size-fits-all dosage for people. And people are the tricky ones because they have to consume capsules, and they have always got lots of reasons why they don't want to do that. Whereas when you feed your dog or your horse powder and they gobble it up, it's really easy. So when we originally launched this dog product, we were really unsure about the idea of having Rosehip Vital for people and Rosehip Vital for dogs, same name, same ingredient. We really were, quite nervous about how people might perceive that. But I think the type of customer we seem to attract is the customer who's more open-minded, who's interested in natural, healthy, holistic approaches to managing health and wellness into the future, even proactive. They're not bothered by the fact. In fact, they were probably already sharing supplements with their dogs. A lot of people, would probably be buying over-the-counter supplements from the pharmacy and sharing it with their dogs. So we've just made it official.
Okay. So I just have another question for you regarding, I know that these particular products for joints, for arthritis, obviously for elder dogs, but on a conversation previously with you, you were mentioning that this is a supplement that you can introduce to a young pet as well. So how young
Absolutely.
a pet has to be to start introducing this product, and what will be the benefits of it?
There's no real age recommendation. It really comes down to stress. Puppies generally go through a lot of stress as they learn to adapt to the world, with their breakups from their family, with this introduction to a new lifestyle and trying to make sense of it. Plus they're growing. And so that can cause stress on their skeletal system, on their immune system. And depending on the breed, some breeds are more prone than others to have hip issues or skin issues. So there's no age that's too young to feed this product. It's 100% natural. It's exactly as nature intended it. We've just turbocharged it with the extraction and the drying processes. So what kind of things to expect? Well, joint protection. So there's 4 main use cases for the product. One is treatment. inflammation, arthritis, whether it's a first-line treatment or in conjunction to support other things you're doing. There's no contraindication, so it can be fed alongside other supplements or medicines. Treatment, prevention. So we know GOPO, the galactolipid, works by stopping excess white blood cells from gathering around inflamed tissue, which then encourages that inflammation cycle, and it keeps on going. GOPO stops excess white blood cells. Then you've got your immune system support, your vitamin C helping to rebuild damaged cells. So treatment, prevention, well-being, antioxidants, vitamin C, a range of trace elements, all combined to deliver general health and well-being benefits. Traditional benefits of rose hips are like cardiovascular health improves, it's good for kidney function, they might help to lower blood sugar levels. So we know it's great on paper, but we also hear from people about how well they feel or how well their dog looks in terms of its coat quality. And we know that that's coming from the inside. Treatment, prevention, well-being, and performance.
Yeah.
Less of a thing for dogs unless you're making them jump over things and compete in those sorts of things. But certainly for athletes and for performance horses, that is one of the things that people notice. If their animal, if they're self, if you're moving well, you're recovering fast, or you can put a bit more energy and effort into your training. So long as you have the skills, we can help you get the most out of what's possible.
Yeah, wonderful. So this is for any ages then. We will say that any dog can take it.
We say that any dog can take it, yes. Our marketing efforts and a lot of the business growth to date has focused on problem and solution. Problem being joint pain, limping, whether it's hip dysplasia or luxating patella or cruciate ligament issues, or arthritis, or just general undiagnosed joint pain. That's probably the primary thing that people are using the product for. And then quite often, someone will feed it to your dog, but then notice other benefits and start to feed it to other younger dogs as well. So there really is a strong benefit for keeping the inflammation at bay, for staying well nourished, and for having this safe anti-inflammatory powder in your gut, helping to improve many different systems, including digestion.
Okay, wonderful. So after how long you can notice the results of using the product? Yeah.
We offer a money-back guarantee, but generally speaking, after 3 weeks on the loading dose for your dog, if there is a problem that you're trying to address, we would expect you to start to see results within that 3-week period. And if for some reason you're not seeing the results, or even if you're having trouble getting your dog to eat it, as we know some dogs are super fussy, we'll do anything we can to help you get the result that you're after.
Okay.
We'll provide tips and tricks for feeding. We'll provide you with another bottle, or, we want you to get the result first and foremost. And I think a lot of people buy our product with a very high expectation for a miracle in some cases, which it can deliver. But of course, we're not selling miracles. We're just selling a simple, proven product that works, that makes people happier.
Wonderful. So is there any stories that you have received from your clients about the results of using the product?
So many. Am I prepared to share any right now? No. I could talk to you about Ted and Tasha and Trixie and Roxy. These are all before and after story dogs that we've been using in our ads for years because they're so effective and they really show a dog struggling and then a dog happy. If you go onto our website, I'm sure the website details will be provided somewhere, and then you hop onto social media, you'll see our ads, and you'll see a lot of the ads are produced by customers who actually take the footage and send it in to us, so that we can make their dog famous for a few months or for a little while. So there are genuinely so many stories that come through every day, whether it by Facebook or via email, or just the comments that we receive from people. It's incredible. I think we have about 1,700 Google reviews, and the average rating is 4.7. So our money back guarantee is hopefully something that helps people feel confident to give Rosehip Vital a try. There really isn't any risk, and we get very, very few money back guarantee claims each month.
Okay, that's good to hear. So if someone wants to get the produce, do they get it from the closest vet or from Woolies or where?
Good questions. Most easily available online. It's also available from the major pet shops. Look, many vets will carry it, but I won't know which ones, and many more independent pet shops might carry it too. But I do think that it's easy to find online and very competitively priced. We also sell it direct from our website.
Wonderful. So is there anything you want to add in terms of what people should keep in mind when growing their pets, like why this medicament is different to others and why what is the impact that you want to drive with this product?
It's a very challenging. One of the biggest challenges that I have in this business that we have here is education, is telling people what it is that they need to know about our product so that they can feel confident. And it's something that we're working on now, really trying to narrow down on the specific use cases where people get the best results and where we can really focus. I guess important tips. Well, hang on. I guess the first part, one of the parts of your question is how is Rosehip Vital different to other products? I think that's a really important one. We call it a joint supplement, but it's really so much more. Rosehip Vital is a wellness supplement. It's a health and wellness and nutritional supplement. It's a vitamin C supplement. It's a gut supplement. It's a heart health supplement, and it's also a joint pain supplement. So really, you won't find anything else that does all of these things. Rosehip Vital in this form with these processes you'll only find through us. So no one else has got this form of rosehip that they use with their product. Because of its unique natural components, it gives a very holistic outcome for the animal, which we don't hear of our customers talking about when they're mentioning other products. So usually we're finding people are switching to Rosehip Vital when they've run the course of whatever they're using and they're finding that it's no longer working as well. And otherwise, people who switch to Rosehip Vital report that they usually see greater improvement, once they've really gotten through that 3-week period. So don't heat this product. If you bake things with it for your dog, you will kill it if you heat it to more than 40 degrees. So that's probably a really key thing, is to not heat it.
Do you consume this product, Justin? What is the best way to consume it? Just put it like sprinkle a little bit on your food, and obviously you can explain for animals and humans how we can consume that product. How animals...
Sure. For people, capsules is simple.
Okay.
The number one selling, our most popular product for people was the 150 capsules, Joint Health. You need to take 3 of those twice a day.
Okay.
For dogs, it's basically a meal topper. So you just sprinkle it over their meal. But whether you need to mix it in or not depends upon how much they love it and how enthusiastic they are about food. I know some dogs, they're just like, I'm not hungry, I won't eat. And other dogs will eat a shoe if the shoe is left out. So it's just simply mixing it, sprinkling over the top, depending on what you're feeding. If you're feeding wet food, It's definitely easy to just mix it in. That's how I feed my little 10-year-old cavoodle. I give it to her in a wet food in the evening, and she has a dry kibble in the morning that's she's having for a bunch of reasons. If I put it on the kibble, she eats most of it, but if I mix it in with the wet food, it's all gone.
Okay, wonderful. So how is the taste of this product? Like,
It's good. How do I explain it? It's like a fruity taste.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not going to sell this one after I lick it, but it's pretty bland. Okay, humans. Another important. I like to have this powder myself.
Yeah.
I have it in the pantry, and if I'm having some bran flakes with yogurt and some strawberries, I'll pour a scoop on it and I'll mix it in and I'll eat it, and I really enjoy it. So mixing it into smoothie, a popular way for people to have it, or over cereal, or with some it just doesn't dissolve into like nothing. So having it with a food that's got a bit of texture is the way to go.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, that's good to know. Because I think it's important to understand that, of course, it's for humans and pets, but the flavor is good as well. Because there are so many supplements that the flavor is horrible.
Yeah, there's no foul smell coming out of this container, like you might find in some products that have got animal ingredients. And a question we often get asked is, is it got turmeric in it? And no, there's no turmeric. It just happens to be orange.
Yeah, I love the idea that it got vitamin C because vitamin C helps with the immune system, which is something that is always to keep up, to keep healthy. And
It helps with the immune system. It helps with the production of collagen. It helps with the regeneration of skin, of tendon, ligament, nail, hairs. I mean, that's probably a big part of why we hear such amazing results with cruciate ligament injury, pre-surgery, post-surgery. I mean, it's something I'm careful of saying, but we often have feedback from people who say that their dog no longer requires surgery. So
wow.
they go to the vet, and the vet says, this is pretty much only going one way. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's see how things go, but we're probably going to have to plan for a surgery. And if they're lucky enough to find this product and start feeding the dog, and the dog responds well, the dog is showing no signs of discomfort anymore. That dog will need to be on the product probably for the rest of its life, but the surgery may not need to happen at all, or it might have to happen later. Who knows?
Yeah, so you got many vets that are endorsing the product as well, that it helps.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
that's great.
Definitely, we have many vets endorsing the product. Most vets, look, we've been on the digital marketing journey since 2017 to really get to where we are now. And I think a lot of vets found out about the product from seeing the same ads that the consumers saw, or from having their consumers and their customers come in with dogs that just look different or look better. And the reason is Rosehip Vital. So that's worked well for us.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Justin, for sharing the amazing benefits of this product and how it helped not only pets but humans as well. So it's great to see that it's a product that it could be consumed by animals and as well by humans, and how the research and has been like behind this product as well, and how it can show great results in animals and humans as well.
Yeah, you know what? It sucks. It really sucks that dogs don't live long. They just, and I know what it's like in the house when the dog's not well. My kids are upset. My wife is emotional. So if you could get your dog happy, well, it just makes life happier.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Justin. And at the end of the show notes of this episode, I'm going to share the details of Rose Hip Vital so people can find you and search a little bit more information about the product. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Everyone, keep an eye out for a coupon code that'll be in the notes with a half price discount with free shipping if anyone is considering giving it a go. Don't forget, there's also a money-back guarantee.
Justin?
I'm sorry?
Share the discount code with us now, or you want us to add it only in the captions?
It's gonna be a very easy code. It's gonna be Pawsome.
Okay, wonderful. Matching the name of the podcast, Pawsome Companion. So Pawsome.
Well, I just want your readers to not forget it. That's all. Your listeners and to not forget it.
So 50% discount for everyone who uses Pawsome at the checkout on the website.
Yes, correct. I better go set that up right now.
Wonderful. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much.
Lovely talking. Thanks for your time.
Introducing the new hands-free leash, made to keep up with your lifestyle. More freedom, more comfort, more fun together. Heading out for a walk or a run, wear it around your waist, over your shoulder, or just hold it in your hand. Whatever works best for you. After a game, a walk, or a surprise splash, you'll love our poncho towels. They're waterproof, super absorbent, and extra soft on your dog's fur. No knots, no fuss, just quick, easy drying.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Pawsome Companion. If you have any further questions for our experts, feel free to leave them in the show notes or reach out to me directly. And if you are a pet expert who would love to contribute to this podcast, we will be thrilled to hear from you. Don't forget to follow us, and if you enjoyed today's episode, we will really appreciate a 5-star review. Thanks again, and we will see you at the next episode.